Hello everyone. Taking a more casual approach, a little coffee this morning. Today's the first day of October. The frost is on the pumpkin, the hay is in the barn, as James Taylor would sing. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about that hailstorm that we're still recovering from, a lot of roofs being replaced. In specifics, talking about townhome owners or people that plan to own a townhome, and some special things you need to do to make sure that you're protected from an insurance perspective. When we buy a townhome in a shared wall situation, that's not freestanding detached townhome, but a shared wall situation, we think all we need to do is get a HO-6 policy. That's the proper policy, also known as renter's insurance. Your insurance agent would know that. We think that that's an easy thing to do because we only have to insure contents, right? The association covers the exterior, contents being loss by theft, fire, or water, and liability coverage for trip and fall coverage if someone were to visit you and trip, fall, and hurt themselves. But there's also a situation where and in real life, we're seeing this. I'm working with, unfortunately, it's gone from a couple to a few to several clients that are dealing with this hailstorm. So when associations have damage like this, they call their insurance company. They certainly insure all of the buildings. But sometimes the insurance, either because of a higher deductible amount for the association or a payout that isn't quite complete on being able to finish the job. Sometimes what the association management company and the board has to do is do what's called a loss assessment to the owners. So a lot of times we think as townhome owners, we're not going to have any liability from the outside, but I've been seeing these loss assessments come in on some listings of mine and helping some buyers buy. Right around $3,000. There's one potentially that could reach $10,000 for this homeowner. That sounds scary, and it kind of is, because you want to make sure that when you take out that HO-6 policy, that you have that loss assessment. It's not a rider, it's a loss assessment line item. I'm finding that most HO-6 policies, the kind that you get when you have a townhome, already have this loss assessment line item in it. Make sure that yours does. If you're currently a townhome owner, check with your insurance agent to make sure you have that loss assessment in there. And when you purchase a townhome, make sure that you insure it for theft and liability and loss from damage, and also get this loss assessment line item in there. They're normally $10,000 worth of coverage for $25 a year. Well worth it. Without it, some of the deals that both buyer and seller wanted to have this year in my situations, without those loss assessment line items in there, literally the deal would have had to get jettisoned and we wouldn't have been able to close because the seller wouldn't have had the money to pay the association for their portion. So I hope that explains a little bit more about that special situation. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.